Hello and welcome to Studio A. My name is Risha Scholl, and today joining me is Rachel Shaw, Michael Lozak, Kenneth Ruddy, and Kaylin Davis. Today we take a look at Texas State student reaction to immigrant detention centers right here in our state, transportation issues in town and elsewhere, and if you want to stay calm, meditation is the way to go. All those stories coming up next here on Studio A. We've been seeing it for a while now. It's pictures of cage-like detention centers for immigrants right here in the state of Texas. Rachel Shaw has a story about the Texas State student reactions of those circumstances.
Well, it turns out detention centers are nothing new, but recent developments along the border have brought them to the public's attention. Texas State prides itself for being a diverse campus. With a population of nearly 40,000 students, roughly 36% are Hispanic. The Office of Student Diversity and Inclusion offers a great number of organizations on campus that have provided resources and spoken out against the harsh treatment at detention centers in South Texas. One specific organization, known as SCOPE, has held several meetings lending support and even organized a protest in Brownsville yesterday. The university itself, however, has remained rather silent in offering support to its students.
I've seen a couple people on social media asking for donations and stuff, but not Texas State itself, which I think is horrible since supposedly we're supposed to be a campus that's so diverse.
Evan McCabe, a Texas State senior, thinks there isn't much anyone can do and that officials are doing the best they can.
I think it's important to keep families together, but with that being said, citizens in America commit crimes and their children are taken away from them. Unfortunately, the people who are immigrating to the United States are committing a crime.
I recently spoke to a Homeland Security officer based out of Houston who wished to remain anonymous, and he said that these detention centers are nothing new and that they've been around since the 90s. The only thing that is new is the tender age facilities for children. The reason they were created is because now they're being criminally charged and the parents cannot bring the children with them to jail. Reporting with Studio A, I'm Rachel Shaw.
Rachel, when you first saw those pictures of kids in cages, how did you react?
It was hard to look at and it broke my heart, which is why I chose to do a story on this and kind of get students on campus and like their reactions. So,
Getting around is always the topic of discussion. People from San Marcos headed to Houston, but Kaylin Davis says they're in for a little surprise.
Risha, Houston is growing more and more every day, and what that means for them is more and more toll roads.
Central Texans traveling to Houston are in for a bittersweet surprise next time they are in town. The inner city is in the process of linking 4 of its major highways via toll road connectors to ease the commute of its residents and tourists. While some feel this is a great addition to the city, others feel they may have to get a toll tag to get where they need to go since the population is rapidly growing.
You're not getting in and out into Houston conveniently without an easy tag, so you're gonna hit some traffic. The construction is just, it's outrageous. It adds at least an extra 20 minutes to my drive. So.
Crews are hard at work to add toll lanes and ramps between US 59 and the Harris County line. The project is on track to finish in mid-2019. Right now, crews are building 120 giant columns at Beltway 8 that will eventually hold connector ramps from the new 288 toll lanes. I caught up with a local bus company owner who couldn't be happier about the expansion.
The toll road is very beneficial to our business. We move a lot of people a lot of times, and we have buses in there 55, 56 passenger motor coaches, so we are able to commute from one end of town to the other via the toll roads. The toll roads has always something that we wanted in the past. We finally got it, and very happy about it.
So, if you're ever in the inner city of Houston, be sure to have your toll tag or your change ready, because it's becoming seemingly impossible to navigate the roads without one. However, there are free alternatives for the outskirts of Houston and taking the feeder, but the city has decided to capitalize on convenience through the toll roads. For For Studio A, I'm Kaylin Davis.
So Kaylin, what are your opinions on all the toll road construction going on in Houston?
I mean, gratefully, I already have an easy tag, but I definitely don't think that we should have to pay every time we drive on a freeway. So that's kind of a pain.
I totally agree. If you're using campus buses this summer, you might have noticed a bit of a schedule change. Well, Kenneth Reddy took to the streets to find out how that was impacting the passengers.
Man, public transportation runs at its own schedule, not yours. And for anyone having to take the campus buses this summer, that's going to be a fact made abundantly clear to them over and over. During the summer semesters, Texas State cuts its bus schedule down to one bus per route, leaving about a 30-minute wait time in between buses. And on top of that, they cut off at 5:30 p.m. every day. Now these changes have left some students a little miffed.
It's trash.
I hate the summer bus.
It's the worst. Like, I try to make it to the bus stop and they leave as I'm walking there, or I miss it completely. I never ever get a ride to campus, basically, and there's only one, so if I miss the first one, I'm late to class.
What I do find terrible is the fact that my next class gets out at 5:40 and the buses stop at 5:30. I feel like that is a major miscalculation on somebody's part. Fix the buses. Give me 10 more minutes, or round it off to 6 p.m. if you have to.
While the lighter schedule may be getting backlash from students, it wasn't put in place without reason. Summer semesters bring far less traffic to campus, making it more economical for the university to run buses less frequently.
I would say it sucks for other students, but I mean overall, I think currently now the bus stop how it's running every 30 minutes, I think it's okay compared to what was on the regular semester.
Students like Elliot are looking on the brighter side of the summer bus situation. While it may be annoying to miss a bus every now and again, a little planning beforehand can get you there on time just the same. For Studio A, I'm Kenneth Reddy.
So how has the bus schedule affected you?
Well, you know, Rachel, the first week of classes, I actually missed the bus probably half the time.
Wow.
So I can definitely relate to those students. A bit miffed.
I could relate too. But coming up on Studio A, we take a look at how tough it is for small farmers to make a living, common experience getting a makeover, and a Texas State basketball player who just won't quit. All those stories coming up right after these messages.
Career Services at Texas State is here to help both current and former students, starting with finding the right career interest area for you by meeting with counselors and connecting with employers.
So here at Career Services, what I always let students know is we're here to help them as little or as much as needed. If you're first getting into Texas State and you're trying to figure out what your major is, come and visit with us and we can walk you through that process and help you decide what you want to major in. As you're transitioning from student to professional and looking for that career or internship opportunity, we can help you with resume review, job search strategy, interview practice, LinkedIn. If you even need an opportunity to come in and you don't have a suit for an interview, you can come in and we actually have a career closet that you can borrow a suit, try it on, use it for that interview. Again, our role and goal is to help you transition from student to professional, and we're here to help.
Career Services is located on the 5th floor in the LBJ Student Center. Visit our website to find out more about events, resources, and opportunities.
We see them every week. Small farmers setting up at the farmers market, trying to make a living. But are they really? Amanda King has a story about how corporate farms are having an advantage.
In San Marcos, being a family farmer is a great hobby, but what about making an honest living? Being profitable when corporate farming is taking over the industry is next to impossible for many local farmers. If small farms want to keep their business in the family, they are forced to take on many business ventures in order to pay the bills.
Well, I don't put all my eggs in one basket. Well, you have to be creative, and it's important not to just bet everything on one thing, and so this is a part of what I do. I do a whole slew of other things in my life, and it's a good metaphor, a good way to look at it is my incomes are a bunch of streams, and sometimes it rains and the stream floods and it's nice, you know what I mean? But other times it's drought and it dries up, but as long as those streams are flowing, That's important.
Allison Genfan owns the Genfan family farm, but says her farm is just a hobby.
It is difficult. You're dealing with the weather. Compared to the corporate farms, I don't know, I do it just as a sideline hobby, and it works great for that. But if it were my only source of income, it would be tough.
While the city still supports local farming, will we be seeing an end to family-owned farms as more corporate farms are popping up in the area? I hope not. For Studio A, I'm Amanda King.
Kaylin, I know I love going to a farmer's market. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's definitely like a childhood home hitter for me because I went with my aunt and uncle a lot when I was younger, and we went and bought like fresh fruit all the time.
Yeah, so that sounds fun.
For many years, Texas State has hosted the Common Experience, but with recent changes, event coordinators are wanting to attract more students than before.
For many years, Texas State has hosted the Common Experience, but with recent changes being made to the event coordinators are hoping to attract more students than ever before. This year's theme is innovation, and it is with this theme that the Director of Common Experience hopes to improve the way that this event was handled in previous years.
In the past, the Common Experience was somewhat unwieldy. I think that there was a lot of mixed messaging about what it was.
In an effort to reach as many students as possible, incoming freshmen are given a presentation about the Common Experience and are each given this year's Common Reading Book at orientation.
So they're getting that information as they come through new student orientation. Then throughout the summer, we're communicating with them through social media.
Overall, a lot of work goes into this event with the focus on benefiting the students by giving them something they can take with them through life.
The events will be much more aimed at students getting something out of it that they will feel is valuable every time, every single time.
Students interested in reading any of the books from previous themes or information for this year's event can check the Texas State website under Common Experience. With its new changes and theme of innovation, this event is surely something you don't want to miss. For Studio A, I'm Raquel Rodriguez.
Michael, I barely even remember my freshman year, so my Common Experience is pretty hazy. Do you think these changes are going to make a difference to that?
Honestly, I think they do. I'm kind of like you. I don't really remember my freshman Common Experience either. And it seems like a lot of other students don't really care that much about theirs. So if they can do anything to increase participation and enjoyment of it, then that seems like good progress.
When Studio A returns, we'll take a look at a Texas State basketball player who always keeps a happy outlook, but is really fighting obstacles. And if you want to keep calm, meditation is the way to go.
In our world, there are 7.6 billion people. San Marcos has 61,980 people, but 1 out of 7 residents in Hays County struggle with hunger. 8,690 children are food insecure. Hunger isn't caused by lack of food, but rather the continued prevalence of poverty. That's why Hays County Food Bank is focused on addressing the root causes of hunger. Together, we can eliminate world hunger. And all it takes is your effort.
It is no secret that your college years are the best years of your life, but it comes with anxiety and a little stress. And that's where mindfulness and meditation comes in. So I got to visit Shine On Yoga on the Square to learn just a little more. Student life can be stressful, but that doesn't mean students have to let stress take over their lives. By incorporating mindfulness and meditation into your daily routine, students can not only relieve the pressure, but also improve the memory, focus, and grades. Every day, students are bombarded with distractions that keep them from concentrating on the work that needs to be done. But by being mindful, it can help eliminate those distractions. Teo says it's living in the present and focusing on what's going on right now.
So mindfulness is simply just letting the past be the past. The future is not yet here, just being right here, right now with the things and people that surround you.
Meditation is a process of deep relaxation by calming down the mind. It can be done by concentrating on a certain point in the room, chanting a mantra, visualizing, or focusing on the breath, and it's often associated with yoga.
Some people find themselves when they get like in the zone in sports or in the flow state. That's considered a form of meditation when you're just so lost in what you're doing that time and space seem to not exist.
When practiced regularly, students can experience benefits such as improved concentration skills and memory, reduced anxiety levels, and it can also relieve pain.
Showing that just breathing and using meditation can be an effective pain management solution without having to take any sort of pharmaceuticals, which is pretty fascinating.
In order to fully optimize health, it's important for students to really embrace a healthy diet, regular sleep, exercise, and meditation. But meditation is just one piece to the puzzle of a healthy lifestyle.
If you want to start yoga, meditation, mindfulness, step 1, remember to breathe. And let out like a...
It's a practice that doesn't require much. You don't need a fancy gym, equipment, money. You just need commitment and 10 minutes out of your busy day and somewhere nice to sit. For Studio A, I'm Risha Scholl.
So Risha, you're in college, you've been stressed. Have you tried out yoga for yourself?
Yes, I often love yoga. Meditation has really changed everything, you know, about to graduate, all that stuff. So it's definitely calmed down my nerves. But in most sports, the star player often gets all the glory, but it's the unsung players who are really the backbone of the team. Tramisha Hardy has a story about a Texas State women's basketball player who inspires others by fighting her own obstacles.
Being a part of a team where you don't get any playing time and you're capable of contributing to help the team out can be annoying. From Zandra, she is one of Texas State forwards who remained positive after not playing throughout the season and getting injured when the coach allowed her a chance.
I feel like, God was just, putting me in a situation to just, go through some trials and tribulations to overcome and be able to, push through adversity to fight back and, possibly get a year back.
Zandra played 9 games and only scored 4 points this season, which shows that she got minimal playing time. She got injured at the Arkansas State game and believes that everything happened for a reason. Zandra is excited that she has another year to prove to everyone what she can do.
I was just going with what the coaches said, so I just knew I just needed to keep working harder and eventually my time would come, and it did, but I just got injured.
Zandra's teammate Tasha Levitt believes that she keeps the team going with her positivity.
I think it's great that Zane gets to come back because she is someone that keeps our team together whenever we're down or struggling. She's always there for us. She always talks. She always pushes us and motivates us to do better.
Unfortunately, Zandra will not practice with the team because she is trying to get healthy for the season. But we cannot wait for this player to shock everyone with her talent. For Studio A, I'm Tramisha Hardy.
That is all for our show this week. Thank you so much to our reporters, Rachel Shaw, Michael Lozak, Kenneth Reddy, Kaylin Davis, and I am Risha Scholl. You can catch us next week for another episode of Studio A or follow us on our YouTube channel. But until then, we'll see you later.